Clearly, I'm about as
Hello guys, today we're
organized
doing
as
a
7-year-old
Weston
play
TX, so
with a
let's
magic
get
marker
started.
for the first time. Tornadoes. We've got winds moving towards the radar down northeast of Abilene at about 60 miles an hour. We've got winds moving away at about 60, so we've got 120 mile an hour coupled with this very strong rotation in an environment that is quite supportive of tornadoes, unfortunately. Here in North Texas, we've seen some enhancement of the low-level wind shear, and because of that, we are most definitely dealing with an enhanced tornado risk at this point. So luckily, we only have one storm doing it right now. Hopefully, that's all we're going to have to deal with. But we need folks from Bowie to Fruitland to Sunset really to be in a safe place. This thing is wrapping up. It's getting stronger. And we really need folks out here to be in a safe location. That's going to be lowest floor, center room, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you can help us out here and do us a big favor, we'd appreciate it. If you've got folks out here, northeast of Jacksboro, opposite Newport, Bowie.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for region in Upton County in Texas.
You know, up to Bowie, Fruitland, Sunset, Montague, help us out here and send our stream link to them. You know, we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and we're streaming on our website, our mobile app, just TexasStormChasers.com. So help us out and make sure they are receiving life-saving weather alerts and information of this dangerous thunderstorm that has a history of producing tornadoes. This is 11 miles southwest of Sunset, 12 miles southwest of Bowie, moving northeast at 30 to 45 miles per hour. We need folks to understand this thing has a history of sending tornadoes down over the last 30 minutes. So help us out. Be a part of the warming process. Be a hero. And make sure folks out here are aware of what is going on. Otherwise, these storms continue to move northeast. Hail and tornado. Alright. Change that real quick, see if we can't do that. Audio is a little better now. Reducing echo. Boy, I'll tell you what, folks up here, seriously, from let's just plan this out. This thunderstorm currently is likely producing a tornado and has a history of producing tornadoes. This storm is moving northeast at 30 to 40 miles an hour. We're going to go ahead and put a storm track on this and just line it out. As it continues, this storm will likely be crossing Highway 287 in the next 20 minutes. So Bowie, Fruitland, Sunset, potential for a life-threatening situation with a dangerous supercell with a tornado moving northeast at 30 to 40 miles an hour. Thereafter, folks in southern Montague County need to be in a safe place. That includes the community of Montague, that includes Dewey. This storm, if it continues, will cross Highway 82, anywhere from Nakona to St. Joe, by 7:30 to 7:45, and it may still have tornadoes. understand that there is a significant concern with this. I don't like the way this is looking, frankly. Back over the way. Which way the wind's blowing, though, you can see. This thing is strong. This thing has very strong rotation with it. We're seeing a very dangerous signature on radar, which easily could be a tornado down at this point. So we need you to be in a safe place. Lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. As this thunderstorm, if it does not have a tornado down with it, could have produced a tornado at any time. All right, make sure we've got all this set up. We've got a new tornado watch now for portions of North Texas, Texoma until midnight. Not a surprise with what we've got going on. But again, this is a thunderstorm with a probable tornado moving out of far northeastern Jack County up towards Montague County, far northwestern Wise County. That's the county lines there. So I'm going to try to put some roads on here. All we're going to get out here are going to be county roads, but hopefully we can at least get something going. There we go. Just not a lot of roads down here in southwestern Montague County, so what I'm just going to do, I'm going to verbally call them out. By the way, for those of you wanting closed captions, you can do that. Just click the CC button, and you'll get closed captions. So I'm just pulling up maps. We're going to take a look. We're going to do this the good old way. So if you are northeast Jacksboro by a good distance, we need folks up near Crackton to be in a safe place. Crackton to Sunset, and Albert to Fruitland to Bowie. We need folks for Selma Park and the Soil Conservation Service Site and Reservoir up here in southern Montague County. Bowie, McDonald, Fruitland, Sunset need to be in a safe place. The Stone Ridge Wildlife Ranch, Crafton, we need to be in a safe place. North of Rio, be in a safe place. So Crafton, Newport, Selma Park, Bowie, Newland, McDonald, Fruitland, Newland, McDonald, Bowie, Fruitland, Sunset. Pretty much northwest of Allen, please be in a safe place. This is a very strong rotational signature here that could easily have a tornado with it. Here's how hard it's raining. You can see out ahead of that storm, we have quite a hill for it. Could easily be golf ball size hail, if not larger. But this dangerous thunderstorm, as it moves northeast, obviously there may be a second tornado. There might be something weird going on here where we could have two circulations. I'm not going to say that's for sure, but I'm a little worried we are seeing two circulations here. In this environment, I wasn't too shocked, but we might have one tornado about 5 miles southwest of Sunset or 8 miles northwest of Albert. We could have a second tornado 10 miles southwest of Fruitland, 11 miles southwest of Bowie, and about 11 miles southwest and west of Sunset. So again, two possible tornadoes here. One far northwestern Wise County, second in far northeastern Jack County. Both tornadoes moving up towards Montague County. So we need folks in Crafton, up to Sunset, Selma Park, Fruitland, Bowie, Montague, Stoneburg, Nakona, Bonita, and eventually St. Joe to be in a safe place. That's going to be the lowest floor, center room, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you're in a sturdy site-built structure, if you've got some time and you're in a mobile home or trailer, we really need you to move to a sturdy site-built structure. And understand, you will not be safe even in a weak tornado in a trailer or mobile home. It would have to be a bird fart to not really be a significant threat to life or property. And even then, it is what it is. We would not recommend it in any way, shape, or form. So, No travel on Highway 287 north of Albert, south of Bellevue. No travel on Highway 59 from, let's just at this point say St. Joe, all the way to Newport. No travel on Highway 81 south of Rainbow down to it turns into 287. We need folks in these regions to be in a safe place. Once this gets past Sunset, Fruitland, Bowie, it's going to be an issue for Montague, maybe Forestburg, Schaumburg, as this storm is moving north-northeast at about 40 miles an hour. I'll go ahead and put a loop on here, make track of the program, but we can restart the program. We can show y'all what's going on here. So you can see, here is what the storm is doing. It's moving north-northeast. And understand, really, there may be two tornadoes here. I really do think we could have one tornado now 4 miles southwest of Sunset, one tornado about 8 miles west of Sunset. The easternmost circulation would be approaching the south side of the.
Find amazing savings on the best electronics at NFN. From TVs and audio to laptops and cameras, our huge selection and expertise help you upgrade and innovate. NFN makes it easy with free pickup, shipping, and delivery options. And convenient installation services only at NFN. Prices are blowing up. Except on Kayak. Get you the flight for summer on Kayak. Search now.
Hearing, accepted by design. Get 0.9% APR on 2025 vehicles. Plus, current eligible non-members get up to $3,000 allowance.
Soil Conservation Service Site 8 in Reservoir, or the Skateboard Cabin on the Lake, the Oak Cafe, Fine Horse RV Park. This is right just south of that. Second circulation is a couple miles west, so we might have some tornadoes here. And I'll switch back over to the which way the wind's blowing mode to be able to see that. Try to have an eastern circulation and a western circulation. That eastern circulation is getting stronger, so we'll see whether or not that's a tornado is questionable. But here's the velocity pictures over the last 30 minutes. You can see circulation 1. I think that western circulation is starting to look blue, which means it's going to take a left turn very near Newport. Newport, you better be in shelter. This means it's a hard left, starting with northwest, but eastern circulation. We have a Newport area. This is going to be dangerously close to Newport, Fruitland, Sunset, Alma Park, the reservoir out there on FM 1125, Big Sand Creek. You know, and then eventually this could cross Highway 27 to Sunset, maybe the south side of the state. So we folks out here in the same place, so we close the door, do in the outside as possible. Our sole shoes, helmets. No, it is 6:53 p.m. I'm Texas Storm Fisher Foley and Chief David Reinhold. Recovering a thunderstorm with a history of producing tornadoes. This storm is coming up the Highway 287 in Montague County near Bowie. That's Texas. I think that's where we're going to have, if we have to deal with more storms with tornadoes over the next few hours, I think North Texas and Texoma is going to be the target zone. So we're going to have to keep an eye on storms out here. And we also note some showers and maybe even storms developing in the Metroplex itself. Now, there's just showers right now, maybe a lightning strike or two, but that's indicated that we have some ascent or lift occurring. And as that continues over the next few hours, it's entirely possible we could see some of these storms evolve into superstorms, supercells. For example, this little mini supercell, northwestern Clinton County, near Life Pan. Notice how it's been hit. The little beam it is, so small and tiny, has a hook echo out here. So that just shows you we have a very favorable environment for rotating thunderstorms. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it and make sure we have no mischief. I mean, you can even see that here with this storm on 380 west of Chrome. Notice how it's got that little hook signature? That doesn't mean we have a tornado here, but I mean, it's rotating. So we're going to have to watch all these cells. And I'll be honest, I don't like the way this is trending. We're okay for now, but they're stronger than they were 20 minutes ago. We're going to need to watch those closely. All right, let's get back to it. We've got a potential tornado coming up on Highway 287 now. 287 from Fruitland to Sunset. Very strong rotation showing up on radar. Possible tornado now is about 2 miles southwest of Fruitland and Sunset. I know what they're not showing up on this map we're using, but you know what? Actually, here, let's do this. I can do that now. So we're going to press some buttons. And I'm going to show you the radar with those panels. Now, this isn't the fancy, super duper awesome, hey, I can make up weather idioms too radar you were just looking at. But it's actually a better source for analyzing data, in my opinion. So, what you're looking at here, the which way the wind's blowing, though, I'll set the storm node convector, there you go. And you can see strong circulation coming up to Fruitland and Sunset here on Highway 287. That's going to be moving off to the east northeast quickly. Winds moving. We've got winds moving away from the radar at about. That's pretty strong. Let's see what the next scan shows. I'm not sure we don't have some aliasing issues, but very strong rotation. That is good. So keep a close eye on that. Fruitland Sunset. You fit in a safe place 15 minutes ago when I started following you, but you better be in a safe place now. 287, no one in the mama better be on 287 right now. Let's just say W down to Allen, specifically Boone to Sunset. There's probably about to be a tornado crossing Highway 287 around Fruitland Sunset, so we need folks to be in a safe place. It's going to be the lowest floor, center room, away from windows, but it's any walls between you and the outside as possible. Hard sole shoes, bicycle helmets, or a helmet if you got one handy, that would be a good idea. Checking some things. All right, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Texas Storm Chaser Welding and Chief David Randall. We're going to begin our severe weather coverage with our first tornado warning and now confirmed tornado of the day. This is going to be for Chapel Hill County. This is going to include the city of Albany. So this is going to be our first tornado warning of the day. Let me just get myself a little set up here and we'll get started. But the clear indication to all now is if you're in Chapel County here on Highway 180, northeast of Abilene, including in the city of Albany, where you can go ahead and take your tornado safety precautions. We do have now a tornado reported. This is going to only be about 2 miles west of the city of Albany, and this is going to be moving off to the east at about 25 miles an hour. So those of you in Albany, please go ahead and take your tornado take precautions. That'll be lowest floor, center room, away from windows, put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. It's going to be hard sole shoes and a helmet if you got one handy. We should now be live on multiple various platforms. I'll make sure we're set up on all of it as well. Make sure we've got this getting into the website and mobile app. But again, this is going to probably be the first. Cautious, that'll be the lowest floor, center room, away from windows. Put as many walls between you and the outside as possible. Hard sole shoes and a helmet. You can see looking at how hard it's raining, but you can see that little hook actually wrapping around right here. This is what we are going to call a high precipitation supercell. And that is simply a supercell that has a lot of rain obscuring the updraft region. There's a lot of rain, there's a lot of hail with this, and because of that, we're getting a lot of visibility issues in terms of trying to see this in person. But on the radar, we don't have that issue. We'll switch over to the which way the wind's blowing mode. And I'll be honest, this is not a super duper scary couplet. A couplet would be, bright green against bright red or blue against pink. In this case, yeah, we definitely have an area of rotation right here. We've got winds moving towards the radar, which is about 20 miles to the southeast. We got winds at about, I saw 60, 60, 60, close area of rotation right here. We've got winds moving towards the radar, which is about 20 miles to the southeast. We got winds at about here. I saw 60, 60, 60, close enough. About 55 to 60 miles an hour. We have winds moving away from the radar at about 20. So about an 80 mile an hour circulation. Again, that's wrong, but it's definitely working. Again, that radar is located right down here, just west of
be a possible tornado, in my opinion, developing now just southwest of Clyde, east of Potosi. I'd say just southwest of Clyde, honestly.
Animal. Hey, wait, what? Take over for who had to take over for who had to take over for Ben? Who had to take over for Herencia and the Sina Manuelos? Yeah. Who had to take over? Nothing on the stomach.
Looking to get stronger? Planet Fitness Cadets. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. You in?
Temperature, the wind is changing just a little bit. It feels like a different kind of weather front now. It's cold. It wasn't like that before. Few more cars, but the rain is really, really heavy out here right now. And it is up over the curve from Griffin Street onto the sidewalk.
From this storm as it heads down towards downtown Dallas. It's moving to the northeast at 15 miles per hour. I hate to throw around a lot of technical terms, but one thing we're reading is what's called the rear flank downdraft. And one of these brand new radars, these Costa radars, is seeing a sign of that. And sometimes when that downdraft descends, you can get a burst of really strong wind. We're like right there.
Gary Farina and a couple of his employees were standing outside his restaurant when police got into a shootout with Ricky. His white van.
And a guy jumps out and he's got an assault weapon in his hand. It this way, and we're standing right there. He looks at us just for a blink of an eye, and then turns, and then all the gunfire began.
Granbury police officer Chad Davis got shot in the upper arm. The suspect, a 60-year-old Granbury man, wound up dead. The incident started with a sheriff's deputy responding to a disturbance call in the Oak Trail Shores mobile home park just before 11 o'clock.
During their interaction, gunfire erupted at the location, and the deputy received a gunshot wound to the head.
The sheriff's deputy went by helicopter to the hospital. His injuries, life-threatening. The Granbury officer is expected to be okay. No one at City Hall was injured, but with shell casings and investigators everywhere, officials closed for the day. Gary Farina, who estimates he was about 20 feet from the suspect when the shooting started, says the whole thing seemed surreal.
It was strange because
The shootout happened in Granbury in the county. An update on the officer and the deputy's conditions in a moment. First, Fox 4's Emily Lopez, live in Granbury with more on the gunman.
We now know the identity of that gunman, 49-year-old Ricky Don McComas, and Hood County. Lots of questions about what triggered, what set him off, and what led to the shootout in the town square. Police and firefighters converge on the house of 49-year-old Ricky Don McComas in Joshua. McComas is the gunman who shot a sheriff's deputy in the head.
Granbury police officer who survived the shootout was an accused rapist wearing sheriff's deputy. Fox 4's Richard Reyes more.
Police, what we have now is a search warrant return. That's documentation of just what officers pulled out of the Joshua home of accused child
Alright, guys, I'll end the stream so we'll see you tomorrow.